So this is the new trap that I thought would be better, and it's not. I like the design, but now after using it, I find the flaw. The bees can get into it, and they don't come out of it, and then some of them die in there. I even have one that's full of drones, so the bee space available is actually big enough for drones. Let's see if I still have that one. See? Dead bees. And then drones. So what it is the space under the, this is the landing board it gives it. The cup slides in here, but this little seam doesn't come down far enough. The cup actually has enough room for the bees to get in. It doesn't seem that way, but it's true because it's just like a little tunnel for them. If I can fit my finger in there, and then they wiggle on down. You would think it's not like that. So I'm going to modify it and try to fix that. But at this point, this just, if I can come up with a cheap modification, it may be a good trap. But until then, no way. Because I had to modify the little yellow ones. These are the little yellow ones, but these are built for landing boards, so I had to modify the bottom to fit so that they couldn't go in. Otherwise you have to stuff the bottom. If I can even see my duct tape. It's a duct tape modification, kind of like the red green show. And then I haven't checked this trap today, but generally they give me, oh yeah, jeez, it's super full. Ay, ay, ay. It's absolutely full. Ay, ay, ay. That is a full trap, which is wonderful. And that's what I expected from the other ones. So folks, this is just a short video. We're gonna have to modify those pollen traps. You have to buy them to see how they work for your hive, whatever your entrances are, and then you're gonna have to modify them to fit, unless it's a Sundance that fits on top, which I can never get the Sundance one to work, but I keep trying. So, but that's the game, how to trap it and do it on the cheap, right? Right. This is the pollen trap that is on the cheaper end. It's on pretty flimsy to the touch compared to the more substantial trap that I just bought. However, these always gave me trouble, and so this year I modified them. It's made to go on a landing board, and the bees would always come up through here, and I would stuff it with whatever I had, and they'd still, you know, the bees move things, so they would pull it out. They would always have what would be called a leaker in that pollen trap. And so this year, all I did to modify it, this is the unmodified, was I took a piece of bubble wrap and taped it about an inch to go up to the hive. And this is Gorilla Tape, duct tape, Gorilla Tape. Don't put it in your hair. So now with this, it sits flush up against the hive.
Some of the smaller bees, I guess, can get through, but
on the
for
smaller
the most
hives,
part, they're not even trying.
It helps fill the tray full of
The
pollen.
big pollen baskets, they don't even
Obviously, you
stick
have
their
to
head.
have
They stick their head in and then
flow
walk
or
away.
a great pollen flow going for it to do that. If you have no pollen going in, it's not going to fill anything. But this, just this slight modification, very cheap, is producing a great amount of pollen for me. So don't give up on your traps. Just modify them. Take the time to try to modify them and see if you can't make it work. And now I have to modify the other one. This is a trap that will get in through here because this is a gap. And even though it may be slightly closed off, they still have this lip where they can just dive right in. So I'm going to fill this gap in. And I'm going to have to work on that. It looks like my bubble wrap will work for that same purpose. I cut a piece. It doesn't have to go all the way here because I'm going to want to tape it.
I think some of the smaller bees can get through. You do get a little bit in there.
Right up against,
for the most part, if you've got fat bees,
edge. Should give it.
They're going to look for another way in.
Space where they cannot get in. Once I tape it down, I'll install.
And you don't
see if I don't get a better
bees.
tape and see where else they may
just
be
want to
leaking
catch
in.
some pollen.
It's all a game of give and take and see what the heck you can do with what the industry has given us. Because can you make your own pollen traps? Sure. But in the grand scheme of things, these are fairly cheap. Fairly. Not, they should be a lot cheaper than they are. We'll have to see how this works.
This is the unmodified trap. Some of the smaller bees, I guess, can get through, but for the most part, they're not even trying. With the big pollen baskets, they don't even stick their head. They stick their head in and then walk away. This is the modified trap. They're going in. This hive never went in, this trap. They always preferred to stay out on the landing board.